Hi students, I'm Praveen Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing the different effects of earthquakes. As we all know, earthquakes have varied effects including change in geological features, damage to the man-made structures, and impact on human and animal life. Most of these effects occur in solid ground, but since most earthquakes foci are actually located under the oceanic bottom, severe effects are often observed along the margins of oceans. The effects on earthquakes are terrible and devastating. Many buildings, hospitals, schools, etc. are destroyed due to it. A lot of people get killed and injured. Many people lose their money and properties. In effect, the mental health and emotional health of people are also affected by these earthquakes. The environmental effects of earthquakes include surface faulting, tectonic uplift and subsidence, tsunamis, soil liquefaction, ground resonance, landslides, ground failures, and also ground shakings. When we come to the surface phenomena of earthquakes, earthquakes often cause dramatic geomorphological changes including ground movements either vertical or horizontal along geologic fault traces, rising, dropping, and tilting of the ground surfaces, change in the flow of underground water, liquefaction of sandy grounds, landslides, and mud flows. Earthquakes can do significant damage to buildings, bridges, pipelines, railways, embankments, and other man-made structures. The type and extent of damage inflicted are related to the strength of the ground motions and to the behavior of the foundation soil. In the most intensely damaged region called mesoseismal area, the effects of a severe earthquake are usually complicated and depend on the topography and nature of the surface material. They are often more severe on soft alluvial soil and unconsolidated sedimentation than on hard rocks. At distance of more than 100 km from the source, the main damage is caused by seismic wave traveling along the surface or underneath the surface. In mines, there is frequently little damage below depth of a few hundred meters, even though the ground surface immediately above is considerably affected. The second after effect of an earthquake is tsunamis. Following the certain earthquakes, very long wavelength water waves in oceans or seas sweep inshore. More popularly called seismic sea wave or tsunamis, they are commonly referred to as tidal waves, although the attractions of moon and sun plays no role in their formation. They sometimes come ashore to great height, tens or hundreds of meters above the mean tidal level, and may be extremely destructive in nature. The usual immediate cause of tsunami is sudden displacement of a seabed sufficient to cause the sudden raising or lowering of large body of water. This deformation may be the fault source of an earthquake, or it may be submarine landslide arising from an earthquake. Large volcanic eruptions along the shorelines have also produced noticeable tsunamis. The most destructive tsunami ever recorded occurred on December 26, 2004, after an earthquake displaced the seabed of the coast of Sumatra in Indonesia. More than 2 lakh people were killed by a series of waves that flooded coast from Indonesia to Sri Lanka and even washed ashore on the Horns of Africa and the peninsular India. Following the initial disturbance, the sea surface water waves spread in all directions. Their speed of travel in deep water is given by the formula of square root of g into h, where h is the sea depth and g is the acceleration due to gravity. This speed may be considerable, 100 meters per second, that is 225 miles per hour, where h is 100 meter or 3000 meter. However, the amplitude at the water surface does not exceed a few meters in deep water, and the principal wavelength may be on the order of hundreds of kilometers. Correspondingly, the principal wave period. Because of this feature, tsunami waves are not noticed by the ships far out at the sea. In some cases, there are several great waves separated by intervals of several minutes or more. The first of these waves is often preceded by an extraordinary recession of water from the shore, which may commence several minutes or even half an hour beforehand. The third major disaster caused by earthquake is the seizures. Seizures are rhythmic motions of water in nearly landlocked bays or lakes that are sometimes induced by earthquakes and tsunamis. Oscillators of this sort may last hours or even for a day or two. The Great Lisbon earthquake of 1755 caused the waters of canals and lakes in region as far away as Scotland and Sweden to go into observable oscillations. Seizure surges in lake in Texas, the southwestern United States, commenced between 30 to 40 minutes after 1964 Alaska earthquake produced by seismic surface wave passing through that area. A related effect is the result of seismic wave from an earthquake passing through the seawater following the refraction through the seafloor. The spread of these waves is about 1.5 km per second, the speed of sound in water. If such waves meet a ship with sufficient intensity, they give the impression that the ship will struck a submerged object. This phenomenon is called sea quake. So my dear students, in this lecture we have discussed the major effects of earthquakes. They are the surface phenomena, tsunamis, as well as seizures. So dear students, kindly write this assignment. The assignment question is, write in detail about the effects of earthquakes. So my dear students, in the upcoming lecture, we will discuss the earthquake magnitude and the device used to check the magnitude of earthquake. So see you soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you and all the best.